श्री राम। हरि ओम, हरि ओम। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे। नंद के दुलारे यशोदा के प्यारे। नंद के दुलारे प्यारे यशोदा के प्यारे। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे। नंद के दुलारे यशोदा के प्यारे। नंद के दुलारे यशोदा के प्यारे। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे। व्यास ऋषि कपिल देव मच्छ कच्छ हंस सेव। व्यास ऋषि कपिल देव मच्छ कच्छ हंस सेव। नर हरि वामन सुमेव। नर हरि वामन सुमेव परशुधरन हारे। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे। कल की बौद्ध पृथु सुधीर ध्रुव हरि रघुवंश वीर। कल की बौद्ध पृथु सुधीर ध्रुव हरि रघुवंश वीर। धनवंतरि हरण पीर हयग्रीव प्यारे। हयग्रीव प्यारे। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे। बद्रीपति दत्तात्रेय मनवंतर तारन भय। बद्रीपति दत्तात्रेय मनवंतर तारन भय। यज्ञेश्वर सुकर जय। यज्ञेश्वर सुकर जय। सनकादिक उचारे जय जय उचारे, जय जय श्री कृष्ण नंद के दुलार, जय जय श्री कृष्ण नंद के दुलारे। रूप कुंवर चतुर्विंश नाम जपत बढ़त वंश, रूप कुंवर चतुर्विंश नाम जपत बढ़त वंश। भक्ति मुक्ति लहे हंस, भक्ति मुक्ति लहे हंस। अधमन को तारे, अधमन को तारे, जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलार, जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे, जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे, नंद के दुलारे यशोदा के प्यारे, जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे, जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलार, जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलार। मैंने बिंदिया सजाई रे कृष्ण नाम की, मैंने बिंदिया सजाई रे कृष्ण नाम की। मेरी चूड़ियों में कृष्ण, मेरी चुनरी में कृष्ण, मेरी चूड़ियों में कृष्ण, मेरी चुनरी में कृष्ण। मैंने नथनी गढ़ाई रे कृष्ण नाम की, मैंने बिंदिया सजाई रे कृष्ण नाम की, मैंने बिंदिया सजाई रे कृष्ण नाम की। अब छाया है कृष्ण अंग अंग में, अब छाया है कृष्ण अंग अंग में। मेरा तन मन रंगा है कृष्ण रंग में, मेरा तन मन रंगा है कृष्ण रंग में। मेरा जीवन है कृष्ण, मेरा प्रीतम है कृष्ण, मेरा जीवन है कृष्ण, मेरा प्रीतम है कृष्ण। मैंने माला बनाई रे कृष्ण नाम की, मैंने माला बनाई रे कृष्ण नाम की, मैंने बिंदिया सजाई रे कृष्ण नाम की, मैंने बिंदिया सजाई रे कृष्ण। मेरे नैनों में गोकुल वृंदावन, मेरे नैनों में गोकुल वृंदावन। मेरे प्राणों में मोहन मन भावन, मेरे प्राणों में मोहन मन भावन। मेरे होठों पे कृष्ण, मेरे हृदय में कृष्ण, मेरे होठों पे कृष्ण, मेरे हृदय में कृष्ण। मैंने ज्योति जलाई कृष्ण नाम की, मैंने ज्योति जलाई रे कृष्ण नाम की, मैंने बिंदिया सजाई रे कृष्ण नाम की, मैंने मेहंदी रचाई रे कृष्ण नाम की, मैंने बिंदिया सजाई रे कृष्ण नाम। मेरी चूड़ियों में कृष्ण, मेरी चुनरी में कृष्ण, मेरी चूड़ियों में कृष्ण, मेरी चुनरी में कृष्ण, मैंने ज्योति जलाई रे। कृष्ण नाम की मैंने नथनी गढ़ाई रे। कृष्ण नाम की अब छाया है कृष्ण अंग अंग में। मेरा तन मन रंगा है कृष्ण रंग में। मेरा जीवन है कृष्ण, मेरा प्रीतम है कृष्ण। मेरा जीवन है कृष्ण, मेरा प्रीतम है। मैंने माला बनाई रे कृष्ण नाम की, मैंने माला बनाई रे कृष्ण नाम की। मेरे नैनों में गोकुल वृंदावन, मेरे प्राणों में मोहन मन भावन। मेरे प्राणों में मोहन मन भावन। कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्णा, जय जय कृष्णा। मेरे प्राणों में मोहन मन भावन। मेरे होठों पे कृष्ण, मेरे हृदय में कृष्ण। मेरे होठों पे कृष्ण, मेरे हृदय में कृष्ण। मैंने ज्योति जलाई रे कृष्ण नाम की, मैंने माला बनाई रे कृष्ण नाम की। कृष्ण नाम की जय जय कृष्ण नाम की।
कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंद लाल। कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंद लाल।
कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंद लाल। कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंद लाल।
कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंद लाल। कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंद लाल।
कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंद लाल। कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंद लाल।
No sound? Is it in the right?
I think so.
कोई कहे गोविंदा, कोई गोपाला। कोई कहे गोविंदा, कोई गोपाला। मैं तो कहूँ सांवरिया बांसुरिया वाला। मैं तो कहूँ सांवरिया बांसुरिया वाला। राधा ने श्याम कहा, मीरा ने गिरधर। कृष्णा ने कृष्ण कहा, नट कुब्जा ने
Yes,
गोविंद गोविंद
Swaha.
गोपाल नंद लाल कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंद लाल
Gopal
welcome you once more to our Sunday morning program. This morning we will do our prayers, bhajan kirtan. We pray for those of us who are here, for those of us who aren't here. We pray for those who are part of this dharma, and we pray for all who don't even belong to this dharma. We pray for all of them. So I'd like you to join with me this morning and let us get lost in the name of Prabhu and see whether we can enjoy some period of calmness, quietude, and serenity so we can connect with that divine being. Asangoham, 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 pudah pudah. Satchidanandarupoha,
Satchidanandarupoham,
ahameva avavyayah,
ahameva amavyayah.
Let us try to connect with that divine being. Asangoham, unattached I am, unattached I am. Nadharvarishtoshme Nachatmavedi. Here the devotees seeking the refuge of the Lord. That he says, I don't know dharma, I don't know Vedas. As you can see from the translation there, try to see whether you can connect with that supreme power. Call it by whatever name you want. Nadharmanishtoshme Nachatmavedi Na bhakti maltva charanarabinde akincha ananya gati sharanya tvatpadamulau Shararo prapadye. Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru Surya
We all can sing.
Chandra Guru hai.
Guru hai Purna Prakash.
Guru hai Purna Prakash.
The Guru is the light that will take us from darkness, as the name implies, to light. To that Guru, whoever we call Guru, Lord Shiva, Hanumanji, your own Guru. Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru hai Purna transpose us from here to another realm. Guru ke charanon mein milta hai, Guru ke charanon mein milta hai, tan man ko ullas.
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve
गुरु
Namah.
सूर्य है,
Chandra Guru hai,
गुरु है पूर्ण
Shatakaram Bhujagashainam Padmanabhyam Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmir Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Hriday Dhyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhava Bhayaharam Sarvalokaikkanatham.
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण
Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol. Boliye.
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल,
Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol.
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल,
Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol.
हरि बोल,
Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol.
जय जय राधा हरि
Oh,
बोल,
Radha Raman Hari Bol.
जय जय राधा रमन हरि
Oh,
बोल,
Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Hari Bol.
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन हरि
Radha Bada Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Bada Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Bada Hari Bol.
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल
Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol.
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल
Oh. Last week was Mahashivratri. That is now over. And we are looking forward to Holi. And after that is Navratri. The Hindus celebrate all these days to remind us about the presence of a superior being, whether we call him God or whatever we want to call him. But instead of just having 2 or 3 major holidays per year, we have reminders all the time in Hinduism. Why? Because the saints and sages know that our minds are so fickle and our minds turn outward so quickly that we forget that the divine or the divinity who is out there and who is within us, we forget him so quickly because we are all enjoying or embroiled in the outer world. All our senses are outward. Our eyes, tongue, taste, everything is outward. And this is the reason why our projection is so much outward and not inward. As I said on, I can't remember when Lord Shiva destroyed Kamdev, he did this because to remind us that we must use that inner eye. Not that we have a third eye like Cyclops or something like that. No. We have an inner eye, and you use that inner eye every single day. You use that inner eye. But what the rishis and saints and sages are telling us, that we must use that. You gotta excuse me, I've got to speak to a doctor here. Hi, Alyssa.
F sharp.
Sorry about that. This is a professor's come from McMaster to do a clinic here today. That is why I had to talk to him. He's coming here for the first time. Sorry. So the saints and sages know that our minds are so fickle that our minds get disturbed quite quickly. And our minds are only involved in pleasure. Pleasure-seeking mind we have. Our minds are pleasure-seeking. Once pleasure is there, mind happy. As soon as pleasure is not there anymore, and discipline comes, spirituality comes, the mind gets a little bit tired and gets very bored. Is that true? You're listening to Rudram or Sanskrit shlokas, nothing in that. But little do we know the energy that these shlokas emit, and we can absorb this. But be that as it may, I was telling you why we have all these different days, Ekadashi, Trayodasi, Makar Sankranti, Basant Panchami, Mahashivratri, Holi, Navratri, Ram Navami, Hanuman Jayanti, all comes within a 3-month span. Because Hanuman Jayanti is on the 5th of April. So 3 months, so many things come. And we want to know how come these Hindus have so many celebrations. It is because the rishis and the saints and sages who devised all this plan know how fickle our mind is. And what is most important is for us to go beyond the mind. But when you tell people to go beyond the mind, come in front of us, come. When you tell people to go beyond the mind, they do not want to do that. They feel you're telling them something that is out of the ordinary. So we ask people, we tell people, try and live in the present. That is going beyond the mind, to live in the present. But what do? Mostly we live in the past. Mostly we live in the past, and a lot of us still live in the future. That, okay, today is not, but we never enjoy the now. And we must enjoy the now to get this mind focused. What you are doing now, enjoy it. Whatever work you do, enjoy it. Whatever you do in this world, at the moment, you go to your job, you enjoy your job. You go home, you enjoy your home. Enjoy the present. These festivals are to remind us that we must keep our minds still always in the present if it is possible. What is gone, you cannot correct. It's gone. You can correct yourself now from the mistakes of the past, of course, but instead of projecting only to the future, enjoy the present moment. And you can only enjoy that, believe me, you can only enjoy that when you go beyond the mind and there is no mind at all. If, for example, you're listening to good music, you can get lost in good music. You can get lost in a good book. You can get lost in nature. You go to the nature, you look up into the sky, you enjoy it. You enjoy flowers. You enjoy a nature trail. You enjoy the ocean. These are things, the good power, call it God, call it who you, they have made these things for us to enjoy and go beyond our mind. Because once our mind is there, our mind will always be filled with, oh, what could I have done now? What could I have done tomorrow? Etc., etc. Spend a little moment, and it is called, when you go beyond the mind, it is called awareness. I am aware that I am not alone. I'm aware that besides my mind, I can feel the presence of the Lord. And when you feel that presence of the Lord, your mind will become so pure. You'll believe me. You must try to feel that presence of that divine being. Even for 2 minutes a day, even 1 minute in a day, feel the presence of the divine being. And you can only feel that presence when you go beyond the mind. You cannot feel it while you are in the mind. The mind is such a rogue that you will tell the mind, I'm going to meditate. I don't want to think about anything. If someone tell you when you go to meditate, do not think about monkeys. As soon as you start to meditate, all the monkeys come then. And you can't get rid of them. The mind is such a thing. So for us to enjoy this life, believe me, for us to enjoy calmness, I know this is not a straightforward story, but that is in the Ramayana, the Katha that you are accustomed to. It's a little bit abstract what I'm talking about. You might not, I hope you, if you don't enjoy it, I hope you can get something out of it. When you go beyond the mind, you will feel that peace, satisfaction, and serenity. All the great leaders of this world have sat in solitude and silence. Mahatma Gandhi, for example, every Monday he never used to speak. Even the Viceroy of India went to meet with him. He would not speak. He will write, but he would not speak. Why? Because silence is such a powerful tool that we don't even know the value of it. How many of us keep silence? We should try to adopt a situation where we can keep silence. Let us start for 1 hour a week. Sunday morning, when you get up, you tell your spouse, I would not be speaking for an hour. In case the spouse says, this man looked funny today, he's not talking to me, you know what I mean? So you try to obviate that before you start. From Saturday, you tell her, Sunday, I will not be speaking for an hour. Then you go for 2 hours. But when you're not speaking, your mind must not be churning out all sorts of thoughts because you will have lost the effect of the silence. Silence, as they say, is golden, and this is one way of knowing our true selves. As I said earlier, Lord Shiva burnt calm day with his third eye to tell us, for us to understand why, we should understand why we are here. This is very important. Are we here just to eat, sleep, procreate, and die? Or are we here for something else? We are here to know who we are. This is very important. We are here to know who we are. You don't have to know Vedas for this. You don't have to know Sanskrit for this. You just have to understand that there is something beyond the mind, and that is called awareness. That is called the power to be by yourself, with yourself, and enjoy yourself. Nature, look at nature. Nature must be nurtured. Nature, nurture. Nature must be nurtured. And when you see nature outside, or anything you have, nurture it. Nurture that fact. I want to know who I am. Why am I here? Oh, I'm here to get a nice car, of course. A nice house, of course. You know, when you see people go into the shop and they buy shoes, they buy dress, and they have so many at home. They buy this, they buy that. Bags, they can hardly carry the bags. People who are mindful of their mindfulness, they will sit down and wonder, where are they taking this? How far are they going to take? What are they going to do with it? But what? We inundate ourselves that we have to have all these material things. But we never try to inundate ourselves with the philosophy of finding out why we're here. We are here to have relationships. Of course, man is a social animal. He can't live by himself. And relationship never dies a natural death. Remember this. Relationship never dies a natural death. They are murdered by ego, attitude, and ignorance. Believe me. When we don't understand one another, we interpret their actions differently. We don't ask them why. We jump on a bandwagon and we make our own things whatsoever. And ego, believe me, ego is one of the worst things that could break a relationship. Even between brothers, between family, brothers and sisters, between fathers, parents and children. Ego, attitude, and ignorance. So relationship must be done when we have a mind that is pure, and we can only have a mind that is pure when we go beyond it. When we go beyond it, because why we go beyond it? How are we different from animals? Animals eat their food by themselves. Our Hindu philosophy tells us, earn, work, earn, buy food, eat, but don't eat alone. Always eat and share. You must always share. This is very important. These are the things that will make our minds pure. Our habits will make our mind pure. It is said in Ramcharitmanas, a beautiful chaupai. Niramala mana jana so mohi pava mohi kapata chala chedana bhava. So why am I talking about this? That you must go beyond your mind. Because when we go in front of the Lord, when we go in front, for example, today, we did Abhishek to Balaji. Someone sponsored it, they're at the back there, and they spend a lot of money with flowers and so forth and dress up Balaji. So when we go beyond our mind, and we stand in front of the idol of the Lord, in front of the Murti of the Lord, our minds are no longer engaged with the world. This is the reason why we must go beyond the mind. Our minds are no longer engaged as to what am I going to eat. I hope that Sudama has cooked good food today. And I know what Dr. Dubey is carrying on. I don't know what time will come for us to go. Our minds are occupied with so many things. To go beyond the mind is when you come in front of the Lord and you stand in front of the Lord. Your mind must be nowhere else but with the Lord. You must go beyond it. Think about nothing else. And when you see the Lord, and you see how beautiful He is dressed, etc., you satisfy all the senses you have. The sense of beauty, the sense of niceness or nicety. You see all that in the Lord. And you go and say, Lord, I am here because I want to tell you that although I have nothing, no matter what you have, I have nothing. I am here because of your grace. And what do you say? Kayena vacha manasendriya. I would like everyone to say it because it's a very beautiful prayer when you go at night to say, I have given everything to the Lord. Everything, Lord, I have given to you. When you go to bed at night, it says, whatever I do with my body, speech, and mind, I hope I've done right today. I lay everything that I've done today, I lay it at your feet. Kayena vacha, is that the board? Kayena vacha manasendriya.
Kayena vacha manasendriya.
Buddhyatmana va dasuta. Buddhyatmana va asate. Buddhyatmana va prakriti swabhavat. Buddhyatmana va prakriti swabhavat. Karomi yat yat sakalam parasmai. Karomi yat yat sakalam parasmai. Narayanayate samarpayami.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hari
front of the Lord, we say Naman. I do Naman to the Lord. Naman means no mind. Naman means I bow, and Naman means no mind. Lord, my mind is free. I have no mind now. I want to be absorbed in you. You know why? One of the Mahavakyas of the Vedas is Tattvam, that thou art. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. That Brahman lives within me. But how can you realize it? It is so difficult to realize. Because we are taken up in our everyday work. You have heard something called Sandhya? Sandhya Vandan. Sandhya means the junction of dawn, of night and dawn, or of dusk and night. Got it? There's a junction. Just is a joint between the dawn and the night, the dusk and the night. It's a junction. It's just like how we have junction here. If our hands, if our elbows, our joints don't work, our wrists don't work, our fingers, they're all joints. The rishis are saying, just like how these joints have to work, similarly, respect the joining of the night and the sunrise. That is when you sit down and you do prayers unto the Lord. What prayers you do? You do Karagre Vasute Lakshmi Karmule Saraswati Karamatye to Govinda Prabhate Karadarashanam. In the morning when you get up, you don't have to do too long prayers though. It's just to remember and thank the Lord. Lord, I thank you for allowing me to wake up today, because over 1 million people did not wake up this morning in the world. Over 1 million people did not wake up this morning. I am awake and I thank you for this. And you look at your hand and it says, may Mother Saraswati sit on my hand. May Lakshmi sit on my hand. And may Lord Krishna sit on my hand. So whatever I do today, so beautiful. This has been done by our saints and sages to remind us. All this is to make our minds pure. To do good things. As I said, when you have food, you don't eat it yourself. You what? You share. You make money, the money is not ours. According to the Royal Bank, it's yours. According to TD Bank, it's yours. But really, the money is not yours. We are only custodians of the money. And we should try to see how we can use that money to help people. Talking about that, so many of you have donated. We have collected over $20,000 for the earthquake fund in Turkey and Syria. And I'm just now seeing who is the best person to give this money to. And that money will be given next week. I'm thinking of that we should buy blankets ourselves. I'll send them, but the methodology has not been worked out yet. When the methodology worked out. So all of you who have given to the earthquake fund, and so many you have given, God will bless you for the. And this is the thing this is why we work for money. We work for money for ourselves, but because we are different from animals, we work and we help those who are in need. So many of you here have helped the dialysis in Guyana, and so many other things you have done. I don't know what else you have done. You might have done so many other things. But whatever you do with your money, remember, we are not the custodians of our money. Our money is given to us, but we must try to share that money to relieve other people's grief. There's so many ways you can help, and this is what makes our mind pure. Believe me, this is what makes our mind pure, by doing good to others. By doing good to others makes our mind pure. And when we come to the Lord and we pray to Him, Darshanado Ghanashyam, we say to Him, Lord, Darshanado Ghanashyam Nath More Akhiya Pyase Re.
दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे अखियाँ प्यासी रे दर्शन दो घनश्याम
मन मंदिर में ज्योत जगा दो, मन मंदिर में
ज्योति जगा दो
घट घट वासी रे.
दर्शन दो घनश्याम
भजन से सिंह मन मंदिर में ज्योत जगा दो. In my mind, light that light of compassion, that light of giving, that light of helping, that light of allow me not to see another person suffer if I can help it. That's what he's saying. Mana mandir mein jyot jaga do, mana mandir mein
ज्योति जगा दो गद गद वासी रे दर्शन दो
द्वार दया का जब तू खोले, पंचम स्वर में गूंगा बोले. द्वार दया का
जब तू
खोले, पंचम स्वर में
बोले
अंधा देखे लंगड़ा चलकर, अंधा देखे लंगड़ा चलकर पहुँच काशी रे.
दर्शन दो घनश्याम
मंदिर मंदिर मूरत तेरे, फिर भी न देखे सूरत तेरे. मन मंदिर में मूरत तेरे, फिर भी न देखे सूरत तेरे. युग बीते ना आए मिलन के, युग बीते ना आए मिलन के.
पूर्णमासी रे दर्शन दो
Lord, I have my eyes. I come to you, but I can't see you. Because you know where the Lord is? The Lord is within our hearts. We must go from our mind to awareness and to our presence. The Lord is the presence which is difficult to translate objectively, but it's something that you have to feel. Sometimes you go to a satsang, the bhajan, the kirtan, you feel so good afterwards. You know why? The energy that permeates throughout that satsang comes into our hearts and gives us that peace and serenity. Because the Lord don't feel that Hindus believe in idols. Hindus do not believe in idols. These are only representative of God. Because in Ramcharitmanas, a beautiful chopai tells us in Balkan, just after Doha,
Shri Ram Jai
117.
Ram Jai Jai Ram
Above Doha 118.
Shri Ram
Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Venu pada chalaya sudaya venu kana. Venu pada chalaya sudaya venu kana. Kara venu karama karaya vidinana.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Ananarahita sakala rasa bhogi. Ananarahita sakala rasa bhogi. Venu bani bhakta bada jogi.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
So, the Chopai saying, Bedapara chalai, he walks without feet. Sunaya Benukana, he hears without ears. Karabenukarama karaya bedinana, he has no hands, yet he does work. So, this is the Lord of the Hindus. This is the Lord of the Hindus. But you put on, how can you put such an abstract figure there? You can't. Every religion has some symbol. Either it is a cross, whatever. There is a symbol. Hindus have their own symbols. So, it is only by a symbol, the first ever symbol that came in Hinduism, you know is what? The Shivling. That was the first symbol. It has no face, it has no eyes, it has no ears, it has no feet. None. After that, man became more worldly. So he needed something more to concentrate on. So they gave the form of Krishna, Shiva, and so forth. You think Shiva is like that? The Murti of Shiva. You think that is who Shiva is? That is not who Shiva is. Shiva is all consciousness. Shiva is all consciousness. But we put it in this form so we can go and we can cry in front of him, we can do puja in front of him. But see, Shiva is all consciousness and pervades this whole world. And the lingam is the shape of a nuclear reactor. I don't know how many of you know about nuclear reactors here, but in nuclear reactors, they have heavy water that goes around it all the time to cool it. Similarly, the lingam, we have a lota on top of it, and water falls on it all the time. Because the energy is so much. The nuclear reactor is based on the shape of the Shivling. All these are things that we should know about our great Dharma. Our Dharma is so great that it is beyond it. You know, Sunak. You heard the name Sunak? No? Sunak? Nobody heard about Sunak? Yeah. Sunak is the Prime Minister of Britain. You know what he said? He said, it's my Hindu faith. He just said it. It's my Hindu faith, which I follow, that gives me all my answers in life and make me so strong. And he had to be strong to fight all those people over there, to get where he is. And so we should be proud to know that we have a man at such a level to talk about Hinduism. Why? Because he knows what Hinduism is. He knows Hinduism is just not coming to the Murti and put flowers. He knows it's beyond that. And we have to know that. It is beyond this. That is why we have to go beyond our mind to find that awareness, find that peace. And how you do it? Gayatri mantra. Om Bhur Bhuva Suvah Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. What happened? Is the screen not working anymore? Is it up there? Okay. So, if you look at the screen, you see the translation of the word Om. And why Om is so important. Not only Gayatri Mantra, but in all mantras. The Om is so important. It's Pranava. It's a representative of that primordial sound. That sound which was given by Lord Shiva's Damru, it is said. His Damru made the sound Om. And that way all, when you start Gayatri Mantra, you go to Om Bhur Bhuva. Bhur, and the next word is Bhur, which tells you that Bhur means earth. Many people say it's earth, but it also implies the existence of God and represent all eternal. Life is eternal and unchanging. That's what Bhur represents. So we must, when we get Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha, I would like to translate to you the whole thing. But time constraint is 10 to 11 already, oh my God. So it is difficult to do all that. I'll leave you all to sing to Kirtan. I have a nephrologist, a professor of nephrology downstairs to see some patients. I have to go say hi to him first.
Radhe Radhe Bol, Radhe Radhe Bol, Barisane mein dol, ki mukh se Radhe Radhe Bol.
Oh Radhe Radhe bol, Radhe Radhe bol, बरसाने में डोल के मुख से राधे राधे बोल.
Radhe 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 Jai Shri Radhe.
राधे 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 जय श्री राधे.
Radhe 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 Radhe
Today I'm going to talk about cholesterol again because it's an ongoing topic. We had a professor last week here, Professor Sonia Anand from McMaster. She saw about 25 to 30 patients, and she's a great proponent of statin. She loves statin, but today I just want to go through cholesterol again because it's a very important topic, and I would like you all to understand it as much as possible as you can. It's not easy, but I'm sure it's something that people are interested in. Most people who are in Canada, they are over 50, over 50%, especially Indians, are on some sort of cholesterol pill. They are on a statin or something. We have people in this temple here, quite a few people in this temple who I know are on cholesterol pills. So if you look at the screen, you see what is cholesterol. I mentioned this to you all before, but I want to talk about it again. Cholesterol, 3,000 grams of cholesterol are made by your body every single day. 3,000 grams. So it's not that cholesterol is bad. Without cholesterol, we can't live because cholesterol is responsible for cell membranes. Cholesterol is responsible for hormones. So cholesterol is a very important part of our makeup. Why is high cholesterol bad? High cholesterol is bad. High cholesterol means the LDL cholesterol. The low density lipoprotein cholesterol, that cholesterol is bad because that cholesterol, as I showed you previously in diagrams, where that cholesterol, I don't know if you could go back and see that the diagrams there, how the cholesterol go into the plaque. You might have to go back. I don't know if you can do it. If you can't, it's fine. Why is high cholesterol? What is high cholesterol? So I told you, high cholesterol is not necessarily bad. It depends upon which cholesterol is bad. The LDL, I think I would leave it because I don't want to. So the LDL is bad. The low density lipoprotein is bad. But the high density lipoprotein, HDL, is good cholesterol. HDL, usually in Indians, is low. Usually. And the reason for this is because it comes with exercise and eating a lot of green vegetables. Green vegetables and exercise. You have to exercise. Must. So then the HDL, which is the good. So what is the difference between LDL and HDL? I said it many times before. I want to recap it again. LDL deposit plaques in your arteries. And those plaques get big, and then it blocks the arteries. You all understand that? That's simple. What does HDL do? HDL is a scavenger. It goes into the arteries, picks up the plaques, takes it to the liver, and destroys it there. So our objective is to have more HDL in our body than LDL. But the LDL is bad when the triglycerides, when you see LDL is divided into triglyceride and non-HDL cholesterol. So when the triglycerides are high, then that is bad. And if you are diabetic, if you have had a heart attack, if you have angina, or if you had a stroke or a TIA, TIA means a small stroke but you recovered completely, then you have to go on a statin. Because it prevents the plaque from forming. Symptoms and diagnosis. There's no symptoms of cholesterol. The only symptoms you have is when you have a heart attack or when you have a stroke. But there's no symptom will tell you, you know what? Oh, I think. But in some people, there's a ring around their eye, a gray, you will see it a lot of Guyanese. I have it for a long, long time. A gray ring around the pupil is called arcus, because it's an arc, senilis. Old people get it. But many of us in Guyana, from a long time, from young days, we get that. Then sometimes they get the cholesterol droplets around the eyelids. I don't want to bore you with the name. So these are the signs and symptoms of cholesterol. There is none except when you get a stroke or heart attack. Can diet influence cholesterol? Of course. So we are going to go with that. I'm going to tell you about two things in your diet today that you should try to have as much as possible, which can lower your cholesterol. I am not a believer, me personally. I took a lot of patients away who came to see me off their cholesterol, but when Dr. Anand came, she put more than half of them back on the cholesterol. I can't argue with her. She practiced what is known as, I don't know if you all have heard this term before, evidence-based medicine. According to the evidence of the research, the medicine is based. So she's practicing, and this is what McMaster is the best thing the only thing McMaster is good for is evidence-based medicine. I work this way. And can diet influence us? Yes. You get it? Did you know, go back to that? This is a British Journal of Medicine. British Medical Journal, 2013, published a study that a 150-year-old proverb of an apple a day keeps the doctor away, is able to match modern medicine, statin. I'm going to tell you about that, but next one. One thing we should have is beans. Dal is beans. It's a lentil. And why? But kidney beans. You know rajma? Rajma, what do you call rajma? Kidney beans, is it? Kidney beans. Rajma is extremely good. Black-eyed peas, what we never used to eat, but the others in Guyana used to eat it. You used to eat black-eyed peas, Darwin? Yes. Yeah. Well, it was used a lot of black-eyed peas. 4 times a week you should eat beans. And you can have it in dal, but the best beans are rajma, which is the kidney beans. It is high in vitamin B. Don't worry, follow us and support. It is loaded with potassium. When you have potassium, it helps to protect your kidney and it lowers your blood pressure. Because the more potassium you have in your blood, you know what it does in the cell? If there's more potassium in the cell, it drives out something which you do not want too much in your blood because it causes high blood pressure. And that is? So, potassium drives out sodium. When you have lots of potassium in your blood, it drives out sodium. So when you drive out a lot of sodium, then that sodium is not there, so your high blood pressure is a little less. It contains phytochemicals. Don't worry the word phytochemicals, but what it does, it reduces inflammation, and it's an antioxidant. It's high in proteins also. The next one. How do apples help us in our cholesterol? Apples help us in our cholesterol because the skin, you have to eat the skin of the apple. If you don't eat the skin of the apple, you would not get the pectin. The pectin in the skin. You know why pectin is there in the apple and other fruits? Because it wards off insects. Insects can't go on it when the pectin is there. So the pectin is a soluble fiber and it blocks cholesterol absorption in your gut. So, Padre Bose, you have lots of apples here every day. When you come, take 1 or 2, okay? I don't want too much of the statin. It has polyphenols and antioxidants. Antioxidants is to take away free radicals. Free radicals is like copper and iron and all these things. They go into your brain and it gives you amyloidosis of the brain. Do you know what Alzheimer's is called? Alzheimer's is called type 3 diabetes. Alzheimer's is called type 3. It's very, very, and there are so many Indian people I'm seeing now with Alzheimer's or cognitive problem, not understanding, not hearing. So these things are very important for us. And eat the skin loaded with fiber and other beneficial nutrients. Now there are some other things which is good for cholesterol, but I don't know how many Pandits will be upset with me, this or whoever. If you are eating fish, fish is good for cholesterol, especially wild, what? Wild salmon. Not the one that is grown, the wild one. So if you are eating fish and you're not a vegetarian, you can eat wild salmon. It's extremely, extremely good for cholesterol. These are the things that you can use. You don't have to take statin, because statin gives us lots of problem. Lots and lots of problem. When I spoke to Professor Anand about this, she says, no. It does not cause any problems. Of course she will say that. But sometimes you can't take statin for whatever reason. There's another drug you can take. You have that slide? The next slide? You have another slide? Do you have another slide? No, I don't. You don't have another slide. There's another drug you can take, which is, here it is. EZETEMIBE. That drug, if you can't take statin, you can take that drug because it prevents the absorption of cholesterol. Because if the cholesterol is not absorbed, then it can't go into your blood. So these are the things. We must watch our cholesterol. We cannot have too much high cholesterol. Do you know, the people in Japan who live up to 100 years old, you know how high their cholesterol is? High. But they are high in the good cholesterol. They don't have the triglycerides. People who eat the Mediterranean, you have heard of the Mediterranean diet? Yeah. You have heard of Mediterranean diet? Olive oil and all these things? Extremely good. Extremely good for avocado. You should eat avocado, or drink olive oil if you are prone to high cholesterol. So I just want to say these few things about cholesterol. We'll have one kirtan and then we'll do Gita.
कृष्ण कृपालु कृपानिधि केशव दीन बंधु दया कृष्ण कृपालु कृपानिधि केशव दीन बंधु दया दयाल निधि केशव दीन बंधु दयाल दीन बंधु दयाल कृष्ण कृपालु कृपानिधि केशव दीन बंधु दयाल गोपीनाथ गोपाल राधा रमण बिहारी नटवर राधा रमण बिहारी नटवर सुंदर यशोमति बाल दीन बंधु दयाल कृष्ण कृपालु कृष्ण कृपालु कृपानिधि केशव दीन बंधु दयाल मुरलीधर गिरधर मनहारी सुखकारी नंदलाल गोचरण गोविंद गोपति गोचरण गोविंद गोपति भवन मंजुल ग्वाल दीन बंधु दयाल कृष्ण कृपालु कृपानिधि केशव दीन बंधु दयाल दीन बंधु दयाल दीन बंधु दयाल
गीता महात्मा ॐ पाठाय प्रतिबोधिता भगवता
नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेनाग्रथितात्पुराणमुनिना
मध्ये महाभारतम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणे भगवते
अष्टादशाध्यायिनी
अम्ब त्वामरसन्दरामि भगवत्
गीते भगवद्वेषिणी
नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे
पुल्लारविन्दाय नपत्रनेत्र
येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णम्
प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयं प्रदीपः
प्रपन्नपारिजाताय
स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये
ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय
गीतामृतदुहे नमः
सर्वोपनिषदो गावो
दुग्धा गोपालनन्दना
पाठो वत्स सुनिर्भोक्ता
दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
देवकी परमानन्दं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्
भीष्माद्रोणातता जयादता जला
गान्धारनीलोत्पला
शल्याग्राहवते कृपेणवहरे
कर्णेन वेलाकुला
अश्वत्थामा विकर्णघोरमकरा
दुर्योधनावर्तिनी
ज्योतिर्ना खलु पादवैरनदधेर्
कैवर्तकाकेशवा
पाराशर्यावचः सरोजममलम्
गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम्
नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा
सम्बोधनाबोधितम्
लोके सज्जनशतपदैरहरः
पेपीयमानं मुदा
यद्भारतपङ्कजं करिबल
प्रध्वंस यस्यं श्रेयसे
मूकं करोति वाचालं
पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं
यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे
परमानन्दमाधवम्
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतां
स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
हृदय सागपराक्रमो परशुदय
गायन्ति यं सामगाः
ज्ञानाग्मस्तिरतर्गतेन मनसां
पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
यस्यान्तं न विदुसुरासुरगणां
देवाय तस्मै नमः
Om Gita Mahatma, for those who are hearing it for the first time, is a prayer made by Bhagavan Krishna to the Gita and asked, may the blessing of the Gita be with all of us. As you know, Gita is not only read by Hindus, now it's read in so many universities in the West. So many universities are making commentaries. So many people are doing PhDs out of Bhagavad Gita alone, from very, very prominent universities like Harvard and Duke and Stanford, etc. So Gita is something that we should try to read, try to learn. As a matter of fact, Gandhi ji says, whenever he has a problem, he goes to the Bhagavad Gita and he finds a solution. Not only he has said so, many others have said so. Modi ji has said that. Even Martin Luther King said that because he was a proponent of Gandhiji, as you know, Martin Luther King Jr. So we're going to read chapter 2, verse 68. Tasmadhyasya mahabaho
यस्य महाबाहो
nigrahitani sarvashah
गीतानि सर्वशः
Indriyani indriyartebhyas
इंद्रियार्थेभ्यः
tasya pragya pratisthita.
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठितः
Pragya means intelligence, pratishtha means fixed, tasmat means therefore, tasmad yasya mahabaho. I'll do it. Tasmad yasya mahabaho nigrahitani sarvashah indriyani indriyartebhyah tasya pragya pratisthita. Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna that only by restraining our senses, indriyani, it says, sarvash, all around, indriyani indriya artebhyah, restraining our senses from sense objects, like what I said about, talked about this morning, by curbing our outward look and try to look inside a little bit. Not all day. In the morning when you get up, in the evening when you go to bed, 5 minutes, just look into yourself. See where have I come from? Who am I? Where am I going? These are such important questions that we should try to find out for ourselves. To know why we exist here is so important. And so Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna, only when you can restrain your senses, curb your senses. Look, I'm not saying you must not go and have fun. Have fun. No problem. This is what you're made for. But from time to time, just like when I tell people to do intermittent fasting, they ask me how often. I say, depends on how much pounds you have to lose. If you have 100 pounds to lose, you do intermittent fasting every day. Not only intermittent fasting, 2 days you go without food, only water for every fortnight. So it depends upon you, but if you want to do it. And so I'm saying that, of course, we have fun from time to time, but let's leave a time for him or her, as the case may be. If you believe in Durgama, her, him, Lord Shiva, whatever the case may be, leave some time for that divine. Because it is because of him that we can walk. It's because of him we can talk. It's because of him we can laugh. You'll be surprised. I've seen it so many times in my life. So quickly, something can snap, and you're a shadow of the man that you were. It's very quickly it goes. So quickly, it isn't funny. Yet some people live long and healthy lives, but we must give that thanks to the Lord. We must say to Him, Lord, thank you. Thank you. You don't have to know Sanskrit shloka for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You go to the ocean, you see the water, you see the waves, you see the sun rising, you see the moon in the sky, you look at them and you marvel at the nature of the Lord. Don't say that you don't see the Lord, so I don't believe Him. He is here so many times for us. So many times we think that we cannot do it. Yet, when you go and you focus your mind and you put your mind there, it can be done. And I am telling you what I know, not what I read, what I know. You can do it. All of us can do it. But we have to focus and give thanks to Him. Hanuman Chalisa.
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
ओ सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान
राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान निज मन मुकुर सुधार जो दायक परचार सुमिरो पवन कुमार हर मंगलेश विकार हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान कहियो जी हनुमान जय कपीस तीन लोक उजागर अंजलि पुत्र पवन सुत नामा कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान कहियो जी हनुमान राम काज करिबे को आतुर राम लखन सीता मन बसिया विकट रूप
शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना हनुमान जी हनुमान जी हनुमान जी
हमारे
राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान कहियो जी हनुमान
आपने तेज संभालो अपने
तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे
साथ में रही आओ
महावीर जब नाम सुनावे
आशय लोग हरै सब पीरा
जपत निरंतर हनुमत पीरा
संकट के हनुमान छुड़ावे
मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे
सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा
जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा
और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे
सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे
मारो युग प्रताप तुम्हारा
है पर सिद्धि जगत उजियारा
साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि दाता
असबर दीन जानकी माता
राम रसायन तुमरे पासा
सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा
तुमरे भजन राम को भावे
जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे
अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाए
जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई
और देवता चिंतन करे
हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करे
संकट कटाई विजय सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान कहियो जी हनुमान
ओ जय 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 हनुमान बसाए
कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई
जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई
जूते बंद महासत होए
जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा
होय सिद्धि साकी गौरीशा
तुलसीदास सदा घर चेरा जय नाथ जय महादेरा
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
राम सीता राम 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 सब कोई भाव से सीता राम
ओ सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान
Let us celebrate Sudama's 65th birthday. Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Hanuman.
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान
Taray Sankat Taray Mangal Murati Roop Ram Rakhan Sita Sahit Hriday Masal Subhuk.
ओ सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम
एक छोटा वाला आप गाइए क्योंकि समय के अनुसार दो पद कौन गाएंगे भाई ओके come on let's go yeah prime time you know don't waste time prime time don't waste time go ahead
जय शिव शंकर भोले शंकर दुख को दूर करो। हे शंकर कैलाशपति तुम हमरे कष्ट हरो।
जय शिव शंकर भोले शंकर दुख को दूर करो। हे शंकर कैलाशपति तुम हमरे कष्ट हरो। हे शिव शंकर हे प्रलयंकर स्वीकार करो तुम वंदन। हे शिव शंकर हे प्रलयंकर स्वीकार करो तुम वंदन। तुम शक्तिमान तुम दया निधान टूटे ना अपना बंधन। है शिव शंकर हे प्रलयंकर स्वीकार करो तुम वंदन।
जय शिव शंकर भोले शंकर दुख को दूर करो।
हे शंकर कैलाशपति तुम हमरे कष्ट हरो। जय शिव शंकर भोले शंकर दुख को दूर करो। हे शंकर कैलाशपति तुम हमरे कष्ट हरो। तुम नीलकंठ तुम अभयंकर तुम महादेव तुम हो शंकर। तुम नीलकंठ तुम अभयंकर तुम महादेव तुम हो शंकर। बस इतनी दया रखो हम पर। बस इतनी दया रखो हम पर। सब कुछ कर दे तुम कर पर। सब कुछ कर दे तुम कर पर। हे शिव शंकर हे प्रलयंकर स्वीकार करो तुम वंदन।
जय शिव शंकर भोले शंकर दुख को दूर करो।
हे शंकर कैलाशपति तुम हमरे कष्ट हरो। हे शिव शंकर भोले शंकर दुख को दूर करो। हे शंकर कैलाशपति तुम हमरे कष्ट हरो। कैलाश तुम्हारा धाम अमर मन मेरा भटके डगर डगर। कैलाश तुम्हारा धाम अमर मन मेरा भटके डगर डगर। तुम दूर करो हर आडंबर। तुम दूर करो हर आडंबर। तुम सरल करो मेरा जीवन। तुम सरल करो मेरा जीवन। हे शिव शंकर हे प्रलयंकर स्वीकार करो तुम वंदन।
जय शिव शंकर भोले शंकर दुख को दूर करो। जय शंकर कैलाशपति तुम हमरे कष्ट हरो। जय शंकर दुख को दूर करो। हे शंकर कैलाशपति तुम हमरे कष्ट हरो।
ओम नमः शिवाय 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 ओम नमः शिवाय।
शाबाश शाबाश शाबाश। बहुत अच्छा बहुत अच्छा। मेडिटेशन। प्रभु जी
प्रभु जी
दया करो।
दया करो।
मन में
मन में
आर बसो। मुझे दया करो मन में आर बसो तुम बिना Let's talk to God in this few minutes. तुम बिना लागे सुना
तुम बिना लागे सुना
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो खाली घट
में प्रेम भरो
प्रभु जी दया करो
दया करो
मन में
मन में
आन बसो
बसो
तत्वंत पूजा नहीं जानो तत्वंत
पूजा नहीं जाओ
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू मैं
तो केवल तुमको ही मानो
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको
अब तो आकर बाहधरो
अब तो आकर बाहर धरो
ओ प्रभु जी दया करो
दया करो
मन में
मन में
आन बसो We go into meditation, we do 2 pranayams, and then we go into silence for 2 minutes. Pranayam. Talk to God. He is right here. Just thank Him. I thank you, Lord. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for everything that you have given in my life. Both happiness and also some sorrows. ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय
मायमितं गमय
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनापधेतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति 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 सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. Rub your hands together, put it over your face, ask that all that energy may come with you as we enter a new week again. And so life goes on, week after week, months after months, year after year. That's the story of life, but it's how we can make a difference in the world that matters, and how we can find some peace and serenity within ourselves that matters. I would like, what's her name?
Sadhana.
Sadhana. Please come. Today she's celebrating her birthday, and they did a wonderful job on Balaji. Really beautifully done. If you have not seen the Balaji, which is over there, you should go and take a darshan of Balaji. It's beautiful. Thank you very much. Wonderful job. Come. Wonderful job. Come. Today, Sudama is celebrating his 65th birthday, and I'll ask Daman to say a few words about Sudama and whatever else he would like to talk about. But Sudama, can you come up while Daman is getting ready so we can present you? Or you want Daman to talk first? Let Daman talk first.
Dr. Dubey, again this morning, the katha was very educational. We are very fortunate to be here to listen to things that make our health and our lives better. We should follow what we've heard. My dear friend Sudama is a villager from Beehive, Clonbrook. We were boyhood friends. He has grown up and he has not distanced himself from us. He's a good man. He has boasted that he has brought out the A-team today to cook. To them, he wants to say thanks. Dr. Dubey, he wants to say thanks to you as well. If we can all remember, those of us who were from the area, his father was the first one to have a palm tree growing in the yard in the village. Whenever we were doing puja, we used to go with our 5 cents to get the palm.
How much?
5 cents.
No wonder Sudama was so rich.
Yes.
From then he collecting money. Okay.
Sudama, thank you for everything that you continue to do for the community. You're a good friend and you're a good fellow. Dr. Dubey wants to make a presentation to you. Why don't you come up, sir?
Mrs. Sudama, come to. Mrs. Sudama. Go, children.
बार बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिन ये आए, हजारों साल ये मेरी है आरज़ू। Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Sudama, happy birthday.
You know what to be in the picture? Daman, can you take the
Yes.
picture for him? I don't know if Daman knows how to operate those fancy things, but yeah. You gotta go to the back, boy. Because you're tall.
You have to smile as well.
Oh, me too? Okay. Good. Okay. Haji. Yeah. I like my board to say when you finish.
And there's a gentle reminder that on April 22nd, we have the conference dealing with domestic violence and also dealing with children who wants to get into law school, legal education. We have 2 judges, a crown attorney and a defense lawyer, all South Asian women who will be attending at the temple here in the auditorium at 10 o'clock in the morning. They will be discussing a fact pattern situation, something that happens quite frequently in our community. That will be the first part of the conference. And the second part, they will be meeting with the students on a one-to-one basis. Those who are planning on applying to law school, those who are looking for guidance. Some of our children are lost. They'll be helpful. I was away for 2 weeks. I know the flyers are ready. Whether the registration forms are ready, I do not know. I will follow up and I will advise Doc or the IT team to move on it. Secondly, the golf tournament. The golf tournament is on June 21st. My mom is turning 86 this year. The Kissoon boys and the family, the girls as well, have decided that we will be doing the golf tournament in her honor, with the proceeds going to the dialysis center in Guyana. We're hoping to raise a minimum of $50,000 from this golf tournament. I know there are some golfers in the congregation, and we know that you have some friends who are golfers. We're looking, the registration forms for the golf tournament are ready. Whether they are up on the temple website, I do not know. I will follow up. By next week, I'll have an answer to those issues for you, but we are looking for registrations from now. My mom's birthday is on March 24th. By then, I'm hoping the tournament is sold out. Thank you very much, Doc, for everything that you continue to do for the community. I missed you last night. I went to the Federation dinner. You were not there.
Which dinner?
The Hindu Federation dinner.
What's that? Oh.
Yes. You were missed.
Okay, but the boys
प्रेम से बोलो रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. I'd like to wish Sudama a very happy birthday. Sudama was introduced to me by his late guru, Pandit Sarju Prasad, and since then I've been his priest. There's one quality that I've seen him. He loved his guru. He paid a lot of respect, and I hope and pray with the blessings of his late guru and all of us who are here, he will continue to do the good work that he's doing in our community. Happy birthday, Sudama.
Are his gurus children here? His gurus children here? K is here? Okay. There you are. At least K is here. But you got a lot of children here. How come you're not here? Anyhow. Who?
Ravi.
Oh, Ravi. Oh, there you are. Okay. Where's Shiv? Okay. All right. So we are going to close with Sri Radhe. Sri Radhe Govind Bhajavana Shri
Radhe O Radhe.
We are doing a COVID vaccination clinic here, age 12 plus. Walk in or book an appointment on Monday. 30, that's the day I'm going to Guyana, I think. But 30, yes. 30, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Book an appointment or whatever. Flyers are out there? I don't know. But we have a vaccination clinic here, Monday, 30th. Anything else? Holy dinner on the 18th of March. Purnima on Monday the 6th. Burning Holika on that day. Happy birthday to Akshay, Nadine and Dave Sar, who's celebrating his 10th birthday today. Holy Saturday 18th, you got to buy a ticket. Just like how you got to buy the palm leaf, you got to buy the ticket. VOV summer camp. That's it. Shri Radhe Govind. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. 12 o'clock, time for Aarti, but there's no thali over there, so I don't know.
Om Jai Jagdish Hari. Swami Jai Jagdish Hari. Bhakti Jano ke sangat, Bhakti Jano ke sangat.
जो त्यावे
माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिराप शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलिए श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय। महालक्ष्मी विष्णु जी भगवान की जय। महालक्ष्मी तिरुपति बालाजी भगवान की जय। महालक्ष्मी श्री नरसिंह भगवान की जय। धर्म की जय हो अधर्म का नाश हो प्राणियों में सद्भावना हो विश्व का कल्याण हो। हर हर महादेव।
बार बार दिन ये